Welcome to this presentation from CumulusPro, where we show you the Invoice Plus solution. Invoice Plus is a solution to process invoices. In this diagram we see on the top where we start with the input, where we can have a browser-based scan client, we can capture documents from a mobile app, or we can even use a printer driver to print invoices directly to our system. We have in the background some automated processes like classification and extraction to assist in the extraction of information so that the user doesn't have to key all this information in. In validation, we allow the user to actually see what the documents are, what the values are extracted, and then make a decision if these are the correct documents or if they need to go through kind of an exception handling. On the right hand side you see an approval process that's also possible by sending the documents to a certain level for approval so that the document is approved and can be exported for payment. And we can connect through any kind of ERP system. Towards the bottom left we have exception handling, where we can send documents for rescan, we can recheck them, we can notify users about the rejected documents so that they, for example, have to enter a purchase order number which is missing, and the supplier can do that directly online in a web portal and send that document back to our process. As a next step, we're going to show you now how that looks like. So we have the scan client for which we start. So the scan client is a web browser based client, and when I open this I can launch this from anywhere. We check if that has been configured. If yes, we load the scan client and we can select the scan source. In this case I do sample documents and scan those documents. The document, in this case an invoice, appears and I click on complete to upload that document to our system. So this was a short view of the scan client. Now the next step will be the mobile capture, where we show you how you can capture such an invoice from a mobile devices. Now we're going to show you how that works. So in this case we have an invoice document, we have a capture screen, we align the document that we have a good picture, and our mobile app will automatically take the picture as soon as the edges are detected. We see the document. We can zoom in and have a look at the quality of the document, and we can then click on upload, and the document is now uploaded to our system. Once the document has been uploaded, we can continue capturing a document, or we can see an overview of the document in the mobile app. Now back on the process, we have now seen the mobile capture app, and the next thing we will have a look at is the printer driver. The printer driver allows you to print the document directly from the Word or Excel application into our system. Here we have an invoice in Word. We go to print the document. Once I click on the printer, we have our CumulusPro Internet printer. I click on the print, and that invoice is directly printed into our system. So now we have captured the documents in 3 different ways. We have used the browser scan client, the mobile capture, and the printer driver. These documents are now going through a classification and extraction process, and once we have that information, they are displayed or be ready for validation, where a user can have a look at the documents. Now this is the next step. We have a look at what happens to the documents. Our web validation client is a fully web-based client. We log in, and then we have the 3 documents inside here. So we click on the last document, we see that's all correct, and I can then just click on complete. Now that we have completed these first documents, that moves to the approval process, and we're going to have a look how that looks like now in the approval process. It's the same user interface as for validation, but a different user will log in here to approve the document. You see here our document is displayed, and on the right hand side I have now a box when I can click approve or reject. I approve this and press complete, and that document is submitted now and exported to the ERP system. The next stage to look at is the exception handling. And what we can do here is, if something is actually not quite right with the document, in this example we have a rescan option. So we're going to look first at the rescan option, how that looks like. So here we have the rescan client. We log in with validation user. And here in the validation we see our remaining two documents. We click on the second document, we click on that rescan button. We can choose a reason why we want to have these documents rescanned. They can be defined on the system level, and then I click OK. Now this document is now sent to the rescan queue, and we have one document left inside here. In the next step we're going to have a look how we can recheck the document. And in this case we recheck the document directly to the vendor. So we again are in our validation client, and we see that the PO number is missing on the document. We click on Recheck. We type in a reason why the document has been rejected. Once I have the reason, I press OK. Now this document goes to a recheck queue, and we send an email notification to the vendor. Now we have sent that email notification to the vendor, and let's have a look how that looks like from the vendor's point of view. The vendor receives an email with a link, and he can click on that link. That opens directly a web validation view. There's no login required, and you see on the right hand side that the PO number needs to be entered, and below we see also the comment from the system to the vendor why this has been rejected. And with complete, the vendor completes the process, and the document flows back up into our system and is now checked again if that is completed, and therefore can go for approval. Thank you for your time. Please feel free to contact us at enquiry@CumulusPro.com or visit our website CumulusPro.com.